Harvard launches one of the largest administrative reorganizations in its history. According to reports from Harvard student newspaper, Harvard's Faculty of Arts and Sciences, known as FAS, has officially launched a large-scale administrative restructuring plan. Nearly 100 departments, research centers, and academic units will be reorganized. Administrative functions will be consolidated, management layers reduced, and several senior leadership positions eliminated. Why? The answer is simple. Harvard is trying to cut costs and prepare for an increasingly uncertain future. According to Harvard's own financial disclosures, the Faculty of Arts and Sciences is currently facing a budget deficit of approximately $365 million. To understand why this is happening, we need to look at the bigger picture. Over the past 2 years, Harvard and the federal government have been involved in a series of highly publicized conflicts surrounding campus, governance, anti-Semitism, investigations, Delaware, policies, and the scope of federal oversight of universities. As these tensions escalated, portions of Harvard's federal research funding came under review, were frozen, delayed, or faced growing uncertainty. And when external funding becomes unpredictable, institutions often turn to the one thing they can directly control: operating costs. That is exactly what Harvard is doing now. Under the newly announced plan, many academic units that previously operated independently will continue their academic work, but will share administrative resources. In the Division of Arts and Humanities, nearly 40 units will be consolidated into 15 administrative clusters. In the sciences, 32 units will be reorganized into 12 clusters. In the social sciences, 35 units will be grouped into 16 clusters. Many departments that once maintained separate administrative structures will now share human resources, finance, operations, and support staff. Harvard has also announced the elimination of 3 senior administrative dean positions and the creation of a new internal hiring and competition process for leadership roles. What is especially interesting is that Harvard hired McKinsey & Company, one of the world's leading consulting firms, to help design the restructuring. That suggests this is not simply a short-term budget fix. Harvard appears to be pursuing a long-term organizational transformation designed to make the institution more resilient and adaptable. But here is the most important takeaway. Even under significant financial pressure, Harvard has chosen to protect its core academic strengths. Several flagship academic departments and research centers remain completely independent and untouched by the restructuring. These include philosophy, East Asian languages and civilizations, statistics, chemistry and chemical biology, psychology, and major international affairs research centers. In other words, Harvard is reducing administrative costs, not weakening its academic mission. The departments that define Harvard's academic reputation, research excellence, and global influence remain top priorities. And perhaps that is the real lesson here. Even one of the world's most powerful universities is operating in an environment filled with uncertainty. Yet, instead of waiting for problems to arrive, Harvard is actively adapting and restructuring itself for the future. So if you are dreaming of applying to Harvard, ask yourself this: how do you respond to uncertainty? How do you demonstrate resilience, adaptability, and initiative when circumstances change? Because those qualities may matter just as much as your grades and test scores when applying to a university like Harvard. We've put together a detailed guide on Harvard admissions and what the university looks for in applicants. Comment Harvard below, and we'll send it to you. 7